is up, my fellow sinners and heathens? Welcome back to The Raging Atheist. I'm your boy Nakasuchi. Today we're going to look at a guy that calls himself Coach Red Pill. Now I just came across this guy pretty much by accident. I've never heard of him before, and I came across this video that I'm going to do a response to today. Now I'm looking at his other work. I'm not sure if I agree with the guy or disagree with him. He says that he's anti-alt-right, that he's an enemy of the alt-right. He was directly responsible for Crowton T being exposed for their doxing, and you know, kudos to him for that. He went against Sargon head-to-head, and I think Sargon kind of made him look a little foolish. And I'm going to do a video on Sargon too, because Sargon has been surprising me lately. But I want to talk about Coach Red Pill. Now, Coach Red Pill seems to be very intelligent, but he made this video right here, Atheists Are Stupid. And I just have to talk about it a little bit. Here, let's check it a little bit out.
Christmas is fast approaching, and I had a little incident a couple of days ago. You see, my daughter is 4 years old, and I noticed that she was looking despondent, you know, and she looked at me with these big, beautiful eyes of hers. And she said that she had been over playing at her little friend's house, and the little friend's older brother, a 10-year-old boy, had intimated that Santa Claus didn't exist. So I knelt down to be at eye level with her, and I leaned forward and looked her in the eye with a furrowed brow. And I held her gaze, and I said to her, "Of course he exists."
You know, nothing too mind-blowing here, nothing too outrageous. And this guy is going to say he's an atheist while he does a video called Atheists Are Stupid. I don't understand that, but you know, I like I said, I don't really know if I agree with this guy or disagree with him on his general stances, but I do know that I highly disagree with him on this video. Now, he's talking about an obvious situation. I do the same thing. This just recently happened with my daughter. She happened to overhear something on YouTube, and she came and asked me, "Daddy, is Santa real?" Because she has thought Santa's real most of her life. And I said, "Of course, baby, he's real. I don't want to ruin that illusion." And I think any father that gives a damn about their daughter and isn't going to be just a complete prick with their ideology and try to force their ideology onto their child would be the same way. But he's going to equate this to how atheists deal with Christians.
Some of you, I'm sure, are saying, well, you should have told her the truth, you know, that Santa Claus doesn't exist. And to you, I answer, you know, what kind of a complete asshole would I be to strip away the illusions of a 4-year-old girl? Her belief in Santa Claus, on the one hand, is perfectly harmless. And, you know, she's not doing anything because of her belief in Santa Claus. And on the other hand, it actually does some good, because every year she looks forward to Christmas. Every year she's conscientious of staying on Santa's, you know, nice list and not on the naughty list, right?
You know, so right here he's trying to equate how myths can be a good thing, how they should be accepted, and that they're not really harming anybody. In fact, they're doing good. You know, the belief in Santa Claus, for instance, for a lot of children, parents will use that to make their children behave. And I don't really agree with that. That's not something that I've personally done with my daughter. I don't talk about the naughty list or the nice list. I just tell her if she's good, Santa will come, and Santa only brings one toy. So, you know, I don't agree with this at all. He's saying that it does good for society, and he's going to equate that to Christianity, how Christianity and religion is harmless, and it's ridiculous for atheists to be up in arms about it. And that's where our disagreement comes in.
Right. Now, Santa Claus and God, I mean, they're two big white guys with big white beards up in the sky, both of them. I mean, they're practically twins. What kind of an asshole would you have to be to strip away somebody's belief in God?
Is it now considered to be an asshole to be a person that conveys truth in the face of falsehoods? that's considered to be an asshole? And if that is, then I am an asshole, and I actually claim to be an asshole. I don't deny being an asshole, but I don't think I'm an asshole because I try to relay truth to people. I think I'm an asshole because I don't take people's bullshit, and that's a different that's different altogether. It doesn't make you an asshole to point out facts where people are spitting fictions. That makes you a conveyor of truth, the opposite of a liar. That makes you a compassionate person trying to set the record straight and trying to help your fellow man with the truth. Doesn't make you an asshole.
Especially, if they're not that sophisticated, not so intelligent as you perhaps. You see, I myself am an atheist, right? I don't believe in God. I recognize that as a human being, my understanding of the universe is quite limited.
See, here we are in complete agreement. You claim to be an atheist. You say that your understanding of the universe is limited. And I agree with that. I don't pretend to know if there is or if there isn't a God. I just do know that certain things have been proven false. And one of those things that there is that big white man in the cloud up there. Shit ain't there. We've been to space now. We know that he ain't up there. You have to use your logic. And so here we are in agreement.
But I don't believe in God, and yet I would never strip that belief away from anybody, even if my religious upbringing had been damaging to me.
Now you claim that you would never want to strip that belief from anybody, even though spitting the truth is not stripping anything. It is actually giving. You would actually be giving something, not taking something away. The only thing you're taking away is falsehoods and myths. You're giving truth. So that's kind of like an even exchange, in my opinion. But I think you're being a hypocrite, because I have watched some of your other videos, and in the video where you're talking about Carlton T, however you pronounce his name, was never a big fan because he's one of those douchebag skeptics that I despise. So I'm glad you took him down, but in one of those videos where you're talking about that, you're talking about how he was trying to dox you and how it could ruin your life if people knew your video content and things like claiming to be an atheist and stuff like that. So you're quite understanding of the fact that they would try to take away your life for your beliefs, but not willing to strip them of theirs. And that just doesn't make any sense at all.
I've met a lot of people who are religious, some of them deeply religious. And their religion and their belief in God gives them a sense of purpose, especially if perhaps their lives are not as happy as they wish they had been, especially if perhaps their life is filled with defeat and setbacks. What good would it be for me to strip away their belief? What kind of an asshole would I be?
Again, your argument bears no logic. Your argument doesn't really make any sense. Now, me personally, in my personal life, I don't go to people face to face, look them in the eye, and tell them, hey, everything you believe is bullshit. I don't do that. I put it on my social media, I make my YouTube videos, I'm very open about who I am. But I don't go to people face to face and say, hey, you're kind of a douche for thinking about this. If they want to have a conversation, I'll debate anybody and we can have that conversation. But I'm not going to usually be the one that initiates said conversation. Now, I am the type of person that if things are being discussed around me, can't quite keep my opinions to myself. That's something that I need to work on, and it's something that I think I'm getting better on. And this human experience is a constant progression, a constant evolution. We all have faults that we need to work on, and I'm working on mine. But to say that you're being an asshole for that, for stripping them away of their beliefs, well, let's look at it from their own personal belief system. Wouldn't it be, a good thing, say, if I knew the truth about Jesus Christ, even though I'm not quite sure that Jesus ever existed at all. If he did exist, I do know that he wasn't a white man, that he wasn't Charleston Heston with long flowing blonde hair and blue eyes, that back at that time the Israelites were brown men. They looked more like Egyptians than us back then. The only reason that a lot of them look white today is because the Europeans during their crusades raped and pillaged the Middle East and made a lot of things white. That's what white people do. So even though you're an atheist and you don't believe in Christianity, but yet you know that the people that you love that do believe in Christianity are actually worshiping a false idol, and by their own religion, that would damn them to hell. So wouldn't it be a good thing, you having the knowledge of what really is, saying, hey, I know you think this and you've been told this your whole life, but in reality, Jesus was a brown man, and it says quite plainly, the truth will set you free. It's in the religion.
And to what purpose? What would be the point of me acting this way towards somebody who holds a belief that is, for the most part, at least Christians and Jews, harmless?
Beliefs in the case of Christians and Jews that are harmless, have you studied history? You portray yourself to be an intelligent man. Have you not studied history at all? Harmless? Jews and Christians? Have you studied anything about the European witch hunts? All those innocent people dead, accused of witchcraft, something that doesn't exist, accused of witchcraft, accused of blasphemy, burned at the stake. Harmless? Harmless? How about the abortion clinics bombed in the name of pro-lifers? Or the abortion doctor killed at the rally and call of Bill O'Reilly for painting lies about him all over his Fox News show he had. Harmless? Jews right now occupying Palestine? Perpetual warfare with Palestine? Harmless? No. You're fucking wrong.
I've never understood atheists who go around belittling people who believe in God. I've never understood atheists because so many of the problems of their lives could be solved by religion, by going to church. I mean, I know so many atheists, young men who are self-consciously atheist, right? And they're very lonely. And they live alone and they have no friends and they are online all the time because that's the only social release that they can find. If they went to church, well, they'd meet very nice people, church-going folk. And, you know, at church mixers, they'd meet some nice girl.
So your advice, Coach Red Pill, and I don't know why these dumbass people choose to call themselves after taking the Red Pill. You know, I did a series on, or a video on Red Pill Black on my political channel a few months back. You know, why does it seem like people that include that red pill in their name are idiots? So your solution for atheists is to go to church. And you're an atheist telling atheists this, is to be quiet and go to church and maybe you'll meet a nice girl. Maybe you'll meet some friends. No, you know why some of us atheists are outspoken? Because for generations, the power structure, the power dynamics of the world has allowed religions to hold us down and beat us down. Not only beat us down, kill us for our beliefs. But now in the modern era, things have changed. Things have turned around, and people are smarter now. And more and more people are coming to, if not embrace atheism, embrace agnosticism, and realize that that religious dogma is horseshit. So the power dynamics have changed. So now we are allowed to be vocal, and you guys don't like it. You people that are gonna claim to be atheists like us, and yet spit on us every chance you get. No, I'm not down with that. Now, like I said, I've watched a few of his other videos, and I've liked a couple of the videos I've seen. I really liked how he got owned by Sargon. Sargon impressed me with that. But I like how he exposed Kraut for his Kraut, however you pronounce Kraut and T, whatever that douchebag was. I like how he exposed his doxing. But this right here, I mean, it pretty much gives the lie to your whole claim to be an atheist. An atheist ain't gonna believe, now, not all atheists are outspoken, but an atheist ain't gonna say that shit to go to church. That don't make no sense at all. But like always, that's just my opinion on it. I'm not Kasuchi. I am who I am, and I'm gonna give you how I see it. But let me know what you think. Have y'all ever seen this dude before? This is new to me. I've never really checked this guy out. Liked some of his videos, didn't like some of them. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a video soon on Sargon of Akkad because he has impressed me of late when I've never been a Sargon fan. always been very highly critical of Sargon. He has impressed me of late, so I want to talk about that and be fair with him. And I'm going to start a series on Mormonism coming very soon. I have plans for this first video that I'm working out in my head, so pay attention for that, look out for that. If you like my videos, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share me on your social media, and please comment in the comment section below. Happy New Year.